Hello guys, I'm going to show you how you can emulate whatever controller you have into a DualShock 4 controller with support for the touch click button. So before we start, you have to install the ViGEm bus driver. This driver, I'm gonna leave you the link in the description so you can install it. Or if you have a DualShock 3 controller like I do, you can follow the guide that I already made in order to use it over Bluetooth and install this driver. So we can start now, and the first thing we're going to do is download this tool by Parallel. That is a VDX, and I already downloaded that right here. This tool contains two executables. These two executables, you have to choose the one that match your system. And basically what this application do is detect an input, but not all inputs, only Xbox 360 inputs, and you can emulate it as a DualShock 4 controller. But if you don't have an Xbox 360 controller as an input, you can emulate it. How? You can use the guide I made if you have a DualShock 3 controller, or you can use the X360 app right here, and you can download this from the official page of X360, and you download the one that matches your system. You open it and copy this into this folder. You open and then configure your control, and you will get prompted to create a DLL so you can configure your control. So basically is that how you emulate the DualShock 4 controller. And this application is already modified with the remap button, so in order to use the touch click button. But I'm gonna show you in the control panel, hardware and sound, printers and devices, that you have to control it right here. And it's okay. You should see like this your devices, but it's bad for PS Now because it will detect a double input. And when you try to play with a double input, it's basically impossible to get the touch click button work. So what we are going to do is to install a program, a driver that works to hide our inputs. And so this is called Hidguardian. Basically, what it do is to hide your input. This is already unsupported by the creator, and this guide is deprecated, so not all of in this guide works. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. You have to download the driver and the devcon utility here in the preparations section. So the devcon utility, and you choose the driver that match your architecture system. So right now, what you are going to do is install this driver. So how do we do that? We create a new folder called HG, and we are going to extract these two tools, the driver and the devcon utility, into this folder. I already have it there. So it should see like this, the devcon and the driver. And we are going to copy this HG folder into our local disk. Why our local disk? Because it will make things easier, believe me. So here we copy to our local disk, and I already have it, so I overwrite, and that's it. You only have to open the PowerShell with administrator privilege, and here in the guide, right here, you have in this section driver installation this command. In this command, and there's the instructions to install the driver, so you have to consider the labor of your local disk and your architecture. So we copy and we click enter, and basically you already installed the driver. That's all we need. So now I'm going to explain you how to hide your devices. here in the control panel, before we got our device that we want to hide. If you have an Xbox 360 controller or your emulated Xbox 360 controller or whatever controller you have and you have to hide it, you do it this way. We right click in properties, hardware, we choose the device that is controlling our device, and we click in properties, details, in this section we click in hardware identifiers, and here is the hardware ID of our controller. We go to the registry editor and we're gonna head to the services. I'm gonna show you how to get here. I'm gonna control all of this. So we go to HKey, local machine, system, current control set in services, and we're going to find the Hidguardian services. So here is Hidguardian, and here in parameters there is a value that is called affected device. We double click and we paste our hardware ID. We accept it and we can reconnect our device, and we are going to see how when we reconnect our device, this device won't get recognized in this section. So I already disconnected and reconnected, and my device is not detected. That is good. So basically what it means is that at least now it won't detect this controller, but we want that this application detects the controller in order to emulate the DualShock 4 controller. So we are going to add program to the whitelist. So in order to add a program, we go to the task manager, and here in details, every single process is assigned to a process ID number. So our VDX application has the number 3464. So you click in whitelist, new, and key, and we add the key 3464, and our controller gets detected again. Sadly, this step you have to do it every time because the process ID number changes every time you restart the program or the computer. You can change that, but it's not as hard as you think. So this should be all you gotta do. Also, if you don't have a DualShock 3 controller and you are emulating with X360 application, you could also need to add that application to the whitelist. I don't know because I don't have it. But you can try and tell me how it goes. I'm gonna show you a video of how this is working with a game. So yeah, thanks for watching. So guys, I forgot to show you how I control the piece now with my DualShock 3 and what button emulates the touch click button. So I'm here playing Spiderman, and as you can see I'm right here, and this is controlling my game. I'm gonna click start. As you can see, I'm controlling with my DualShock 3. So the touch click button is emulated by the select button. So I click here and it gets me to the map. So when you get over the finish mission, you get the message that you have to press this button, actually the touch click button, but this is a way to do it if you don't have a DualShock 4 controller. So yeah, thanks for watching.